What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of Hero or Zero here on the Heroes for Hire podcast. My name is Shaun Meehan, and joining me as always is possible traitor Mr. Conor Lawler.
We have just been spent the last, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes talking about the TV show The Traitors, if anyone has seen it.
I'm binging it, I'm catching up on everything.
So I watched all of them, and then, this isn't the Traitors podcast, but hi,
Yes.
What's going on? It's 0 0. This is the show where we choose one comic book character every single week. We talk their good points and their bad points, and we generally just give you a bit of a rundown of everything to do with that character. Now, Shaun normally does DC characters. I normally do Marvel characters, but Shaun, more importantly, a few weeks ago, I watched... Go on.
You just said Shaun normally does DC characters.
Yeah, no, I'm mixing it up.
What?
Did I not tell you this week?
You gotta tell me. I have a Marvel boy prepared.
It's the other way around, but it's fine. They're both the same. They do comic books.
They're both shit.
It's a fake rivalry. So I watched The Traitors a few weeks ago, and I was binge watching it all. And every time we came down to record, I was like, Shaun, this isn't like Young Justice where you could just like not watch it, even though I keep telling you to watch it. This is something you should definitely watch. And he has. I even sent him the link to watch it, so he had no excuse. Shaun, you watched all of season 2 in like 2 days?
Yeah, about that. It's real good. Real good, it turns out.
If anyone hasn't seen UK season 2, The Traitors, I would recommend
one of the best series of television I've ever experienced.
It's not as good as season 2 of Young Justice, but it's pretty good.
See, but I've not watched Young Justice, Colin.
Whose fault is that, Shaun? Okay.
Nor will I.
So, if you give a 5-star like, a follow, a share, whatever way you want to support the show, if it's your first episode, you don't have to do anything, just chill out. If it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate some sort of support, would always be great. We have our Patreon as well, so there is a movie review that will be coming out today. And if you don't know, a lot of suggestions were all thrown into the hat from all the patrons this month. Heaps of suggestions. If we put a numerical value, loads. And so what we did was we threw them all into a hat, but we also have all of the ones that were previously nominated in the hat as well. And January's movie that was pulled out, Shaun, is none other than the holy grail of bad comic book movies.
Mad that we haven't talked about this yet.
I'm talking Batman and Robin. I'm talking 1997. It was a great time. And Mr. Freeze.
First live action Dick Grayson we'll ever see.
Little Dicky appears, and my God, is he not good?
My God, is it a poor representation of a character?
Well, no, he was also in Forever, but like they're just kind of the same. I throw them in together.
Yeah. But also bat nipples. We got that.
It's got the bat nipples. It's got the bat butt. So if you want to hear us talk about all that stuff, what a lead-in, what a kind of a tease. If you want to hear us talk about bat butts, then you head on over to the Patreon. It's a price of 1 cup of coffee, and you get every extra movie reviews, extra content every single month. But Shaun, enough of all that stuff. It's now time for your report. You're doing a DC characters. You're locked in for that. You can't change. There's no getting out of it.
Indeed I am, Conor, and let me tell you about Batman. No, I chose a character this week from one of the forgotten comic book movies of all time. Do you remember 2005?
I remember it well. Is it Elektra?
Green fella. It's not Elektra.
Oh, okay.
Big green fella.
Big green
Angry,
fella.
Full of rage.
That wasn't Spider-Man. Would Spider-Man come out that year?
Correct.
X-Men The Last Stand, 2006.
Okay, you're ruining the game. So, the villain in 2005's Incredible Hulk is Absorbing Man. What? And I went back and
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Are you sure this isn't 2003 with Ang Lee's Hulk?
Let me do a quick Google.
Because I don't think there was a Hulk movie in 2005.
Was there not? I thought
Ang Lee's was 2003 and then Edward Norton's 08.
I thought it was... Oh, maybe I'm doing... Hang on. Look. What I will say, Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction came out in 2005, and that's a banger game.
What I will say is Incredible Hulk was in the movie. He was in a movie, so it doesn't matter what year it came out.
I'm talking about Absorbing Man today.
What a lead-in.
What a
Remember
fumble on Shaun's
1967's movie, Edward Norton's The Hulk?
The man wasn't, but maybe he was born at the time. I'm going to stop saying dates because I don't know anything.
You're not great at movie release dates.
I'm really not. It's really funny considering the profession I'm in. So, Absorbing Man, aka Carl Creel, aka by me, the man who has dealt some of the hardest hands in comic books.
Oh no, okay.
So, he was raised in the Bronx, and his mother was very supportive, loved him a lot, always told him, set your sights high. You can do anything in the world. You can be anything you want to be.
This seems like a tough life already. I don't like her attitude.
Following the death of his mother when he was very young, Carol's father became extremely abusive.
Oh no. I came in too early for a bit.
You gotta listen to the full sentence.
You gotta listen, Lou.
Carl finally found the strength to fight back against his father when he was 16, for which his father kicked him out of their home. From then on, Carl lived on the streets and in the gym.
It's just a funny second bit. It's sad, and then it's like he's clanging and banging though.
He's pumping iron with the best of them. On the streets, he turned to a life of crime, breaking into houses and cars. But in the gym, he discovered a talent for boxing, Connor.
Okay.
The boxing gave him an opportunity to let out his anger after the death of his mother and his relationship with his father. It also made him extremely aggressive in the ring, earning the nickname Crusher Creel. Eventually leading him into a fight with Battling Jack Murdoch, who's Daredevil's dad.
What happened there? Did Battling Jack come out the winner?
He did.
Okay, in life, I
Battling Jack. He was certainly the winner of the boxing match.
He was a winner for at least maybe 60 to 65 minutes after the fight.
Yeah. And then something, a bullet hit him in the back. That just happens every now and again. Carl Creel's attitude caught the attention of local criminals, leading him to become an enforcer for the Owls men. Just a lowish level gang man.
You have to start somewhere. Person. It's kind of like an internship.
Yeah, you gotta hustle. You gotta start on the bottom rung, Carl felt remorse for the innocent people he hurt doing shakedowns, but he felt that stopping was beyond his control. He was eventually arrested and served his time in prison for aggravated assault and extortion. Now, this is where there's no reason this is how he gets his powers, but this is what they decided on.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
Is it a government thing where they're doing tests on people in jail? Okay.
Connor, that would make some level of sense.
Did he fall on some sort of beaker that was full of liquids that nobody knows about?
No. I could give you 100 guesses and you would not guess what happened.
Bitten by a radioactive boulder?
No. Carol was selected by Loki, the god of mischief, in a scheme against Thor.
I love that he's up against Thor, like a literal god, and they're like, this guy, he's good at punching. Thor, you don't have a fucking hope, lad.
Yeah, this regular street thug.
This lad who lost a battle in Jack Murdoch is going to fuck you up, Thor.
So the Loki put an enchanted potion into the drinking water that Carol was drinking.
We haven't had an enchanted potion in so long.
I know, it's really a lost art.
Yeah.
The potion gave him the bizarre power to absorb the physical properties of anything that he came into contact with. Now,
right.
He uses this power to break free from prison and soon becomes engaged in a battle with Thor. Due to his ability to absorb the properties of Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, he became one of the strongest mortal foes Thor had ever fought.
Holy shit. Now, I have a question. Did he have to be hit by Mjolnir to then be able to just turn into that?
Yes.
It's a risky business, but we're glad it paid off.
Yeah, true. He also has like a ball and chain attached to him because he was in prison in the 60s.
Right.
So they just put
so
big
does it have to be touching his skin, or can he just remember that?
Sometimes he can remember, sometimes he has to actually make contact with it. There's something very cool about that I want to bring up in a bit. Thor eventually defeated him by tricking him, hitting the ground with Mjolnir and causing the ground and Creel to turn into helium, causing him to float harmlessly into the atmosphere. He remained in orbit for some time.
But he can't turn back, so he has to just be helium.
He can't turn back on his own.
It seems the power is starting to lose a little bit of its luster here.
And for the next, I would say, 2 to 3 decades of absorbing man's life, he just consistently is tricked into absorbing the wrong thing.
They just keep giving him shit to then let him float away.
So he was restored and returned to Earth by Loki and battled Thor once again. Loki transported him to Asgard, where the criminal could be used in one of Loki's many schemes to take over Asgard. But when the absorbing man dared to challenge Odin, Odin dispatched him into space. He's back in space.
He has a thing for space.
He does. He eventually managed to return to Earth by hitching a ride on a comet, and he soon encountered the Hulk.
Fucking hell. Just fight somebody small. Why?
Nah, he's got to go big.
Why would you go Thor and then Hulk back to back? Next is Spider-Man, I assume?
You're not too far. Yeah, he does show up later. He was defeated again when he was tricked into turning into water, and he just kind of floated away. Another time, Thor defeated him by tricking him into absorbing the properties of a cardboard replica of Thor's hammer.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. This guy's an idiot.
He again tried to fight the Hulk. He failed and inadvertently absorbed the properties of glass while falling. So he shattered into 1,000,000 pieces.
Oh, fucking hell, lad. How are you this dumb?
Eventually reassembling the shards of his body, the absorbing man decided he was tired of fighting against and losing to superhuman champions. Seeking to flee the country, he foolishly took a hostage, thereby bringing the Avengers after him. To escape the super team, he jumped into the ocean and transformed himself into water. However, he spent too long intermingled with the ocean, and when he came out, he was frightened of anyone with superhuman power.
What does that have to do with the ocean? You just got really like self-conscious and like he got a bit paranoid.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's just afraid the ocean like messed him up.
This man has PTSD, is what you're telling me. He's just got the shit kicked out of him every single time.
100%. Like he consistently loses.
I mean, just stop. Just stop attacking people.
He hid on Easter Island, but unfortunately, once again, ended up fighting the Hulk, who was also on Easter Island at the time.
What are the chances?
The absorbing man absorbed the island itself, but Hulk threw him into the middle of the ocean, where he just existed as an island for a while.
He's just now an island.
For a while he was, yeah.
So he's been in space, and then he's been an island, and this guy continues to keep trying to fight.
Yeah, Connor, this is like, there is so much more that you are going to love about this man. Okay. He eventually stopped being an island because secret wars happened.
Say that sentence again.
He stopped being an island
he
because
eventually stopped being an island.
He eventually stopped being an island
John
because
down the road.
Happened.
He eventually stopped being an island and he had to get back to work eventually. Fucking hell.
Had to tip away, you know.
Sure, look, you know yourself when you don't want to be an island anymore.
So during his time on Battleworld, he met the villainous Titania, and the two developed a romantic relationship. We've talked about Titania before. She's in She-Hulk.
Oh, yes. But I mean, that could definitely help, but he would have to hold her hand consistently.
Oh, 100%. Otherwise, he'll trick himself.
Yes.
So, upon their return to the regular world, Karl Creel and Titania were contacted by Baron Zemo, who was forming a new team of the Masters of Evil. After several assignments, they were eventually defeated by Ant-Man and the Wasp. Later, Absorbing Man and Titania got engaged, and they would commit crimes together, mostly to kill time because they were bored.
And you know what? It's good to have a hobby.
It is. And a couple that crimes together, limes together. You know?
No, surely a couple that crimes together spends time together.
Oh, fuck, that's way better.
I'm going to run my
Hulk came out in 2005.
romantic. Do you remember Ang Lee's Hulk 2005?
Yeah, big year for Ang Lee. What was Ang Lee doing in 2005, I wonder?
Elektra came out 2005, which, if you want to go watch that...
Would have been better. The duo would eventually run into Spider-Man, who Titania was absolutely terrified of
course,
as he had defeated her in Secret Wars.
Nobody wants to fuck with the Spider-Man.
Shortly after this, Creel and Titania went to LaGuardia Airport to pick up a new member for the Masters of Evil, only to once again be confronted by Spider-Man. Titania attempted to flee, but the Absorbing Man acted as if he was injured, and in need of help, convinced Titania to confront her fear. And fight Spider-Man.
What a terrible plan. What a terrible partner.
In the end, the villains did win the battle by using the time-honoured tactic of using a plane full of civilians as hostages.
Clever. A good one. We call that the Die Hard 2 approach.
Spidey, seeing no other option, left the airport, feeling miserable about his defeat.
What was he even doing there? Was he just collected MJ or something from a trip?
Yeah, he was just hanging around.
Just hanging around in the airport, as you do.
Now, remember I said this man gets dealt one of the rawest hands in comics?
I mean, he's been in space for 3 years and he was an island for a little bit. I mean, what more can happen?
Well, his wife is diagnosed with cancer.
Good stuff.
They kidnap, which is objectively worse for her, but it still sucks for him.
I mean, it's not good for either of them, is what I would say.
That's it. So family they kidnapped a doctor, but were confronted by Thor, who convinced them to seek professional care. About this time, Thor assumed the ruling Asgard and brought it into Earth's plane of existence. This attracted a religious following, as he was seen as a god helping humanity, which, to be fair, he is.
Literally what he is doing, yeah.
And Absorbing Man became one of his followers.
So what you're saying is he's going through a difficult time, mental health, he's maybe a bit down on himself, and he's turned to religion because he's got no other ways to look.
Exactly. Well, there is one other option that he could look at, because the next paragraph is called drug use. So...
Oh no! Absorbing Man!
He eventually became highly addicted to narcotics, especially painkillers and cocaine.
Oh, I just feel bad for him now. His wife is sick. He's just sad.
He's just trying to numb himself. When he was in need of a high, he demonstrates no concern for the safety of others and will work for whatever criminal will supply him with narcotics. He was briefly trapped by the Owl, who he used to work for. And remember, he's Absorbing Man. They turn him into cocaine and start selling him on the streets.
Oh, Absorbing Man, where did it all go wrong?
The people who take his cocaine get some of his power for a short time as well.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of mini Absorbing Men's running around.
How does he get back together?
Well, Connor, much of his body is dispersed by industrial fans and blown into the wind, and then some of it snorted by people and processed by the body. He eventually manages to reassemble himself in a sewer. Because all the little bits of cocaine come together and make a human again. Okay,
it's not going good for him, is what I would say. Where's his wife? What's going on with her?
Oh, she's dead. She's dead at this point.
She's dead. She's fully dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really going to cheer him up.
He was later battled the Sentry, and he was dissolved into atoms.
I mean, just to remind us, what is the Sentry's power?
He has the power of 10 billion exploding suns.
Good stuff. Take him on there. Go on, cocaine boy.
Creel tries to absorb him, and he explodes.
Fucking hell.
He does eventually reform, as he always does. Then for a time, he was trapped in I think it's called Pleasantville or something. Basically, it's like a prison, but they put a load of supervillains in there and convince them they're regular people. So he's just an ice cream man in this nice little town. And when he escapes, he wants to go back because it's the happiest he's ever been.
Oh no, Creel.
He's just so miserable.
He wants to go back into the Truman Show, even though he knows it's the Truman Show.
But he was happy for once.
Oh, Creel, somebody get this man some help.
So, in terms of powers and abilities...
Oh, Creel, I'm just sad about him.
He possesses the ability to bodily duplicate at will the physical properties of anything that he touches or that touches him. It extends to both animate and inanimate objects and certain forms of energy. This is all magic, so it's whatever. Like, he is a magic-based character, weirdly enough.
I have a very, very weird reference in which I read a book series that did this power way better, and it's from a terrible movie, but it was a book first. Do you remember the I Am Number 4 books, Shaun?
I never read them, but I knew of them, and I have
Alex
seen
Pettifer was in
movie.
that awful movie that came out in like 2010. But anyway, there's all the different numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them, and I think I can't remember which one it is. It might be 5. The 5 has the power that he can turn his skin into whatever he's touching at the time. So he always carries around. He's missing his eye. He has a bandage behind on one of his eyes, and he's got a bouncy ball, and he's got a steel ball, and he always holds the steel ball and has the bouncy ball in his eye. So depending on the fight, he can
use whatever he needs.
He turns into pure steel, or if they hit him, he turns into the bouncy ball, and it doesn't affect him, and his whole body changes.
That's really cool. A very similar thing here. Carl Creel has a ring made out of adamantium that he wears.
There you go. Finally, Creel got some brains. Fucking hell.
He has been able to turn into steel, stone, wood, fire, snow, nuclear energy, light. Originally, he would just, whatever he touched, he would absorb it. He has since learned how to control it.
This poor man, he just had a terrible life.
He's really just hard done by. He can mimic powers of people's that he touches if he absorbs those, and he is also, as mentioned, a skilled boxer as well.
He needs to find Domino and like acquire her powers.
And just get some good luck for once.
So, you don't know, Domino is the character. She most recently in Deadpool 2 just has the ability that she's always just lucky in any situation. I think he needs to go directly to her, absorb her powers, and then just live his life for a week, because this man is on a downward spiral of just pure unluckiness.
Yeah, and in terms of weakness, he will take on the properties of any narcotics he takes, giving him an even greater high. And
that's not a weakness. A legend.
Value for money, mate.
Value for money.
Get this back.
His real weakness is idiocy, I assume.
He's not even that dumb. He just
keeps
really
absorbing
unlucky.
things he doesn't need to absorb.
No, well, he's kind of stopped that now. Because of the ball and chain that he had on him as well, that's like his weapon, and that takes on the properties of whatever he absorbs as well.
Why would you want your ball and chain to absorb the properties of something else? Surely you want the steel to stay there.
Well, if you can turn it into a heavier steel. You know?
Oh yeah, perfect, sorry. I wasn't thinking like that. I was more thinking he should turn himself into adamantium and then have the big steel thing.
Just regular steel, yeah.
You can turn it into adamantium if he wants and start fucking people up.
No, it has to be steel.
It has to be steel. That's the only way it works.
So that, Connor, is my report on poor old Carl Creel.
That's one of the most sad characters I've ever heard of, Shaun, and I'll be honest with you, you can't really cover a report where a man gets married and then his wife dies of cancer and then he tries to live his life and then he turns into cocaine and then he gets snorted and then he puts himself back together in a sewer.
He was an island for a bit as well, don't forget that.
Yeah, that's true. He probably should have stayed as the island. His life would have been better.
Should have stayed as the ice cream man.
Is it better to have lived and lost, Shaun, or have never loved at all?
Jesus. I don't think Carl Creel has lived.
Thank you very much for the report, Shaun. That was really good. If you like what we've done here, we've done hundreds of other reports covering lots of different characters, much of them a lot more positive, a lot happier.
If you have been affected by any of the issues in Carl
I'll be honest with you, this was a downer. Shaun's been a bit of a Debbie Downer now on the Friday. Tough to bounce off of.
Well,
it's like
I
you've
wish I
done
could have
here.
done a DC report.
Well, Shaun, what you've done here is you've done the first 10 minutes of Up, and you're like, now do a bit.
Laugh. Make me laugh, Conor.
Improv off that, you prick. So if you like what you heard, as I said, we've done loads of other characters. You can follow us on all the social medias. We're on Blue Sky a lot more these days, not really on Twitter anymore. So head on over to Blue Sky, and we shall see you all there. But most importantly, just tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
So I have been Conor Lawler.
I have been Shaun Meighan.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.